Hi Cedric, this is Jana Jones with Smart Utah SEO. Thanks for letting me do this practice screencast, and I'm really excited to show you some of these things. So, usually I would go in and look at someone's website, and then I would look up their competition and see what their competition is doing, and then compare that website, or like I'd compare your website to your competition's, but it looks like you don't have a website yet. So, and it's just a little too difficult to, compare Facebook algorithm compared to Google algorithm. So I'm just going to show you some of your competition, and if you did decide to make a website, and what you could do to kind of compete with that. So first thing I did, I just searched landscaping Bountiful Utah because it looked that that was your location. And I know you do more than landscaping. You do concrete, retaining walls, driveways, etc. But and I did look up one concrete company. But just to give you an idea, these tools apply to anything. So let's see. So I'm going to analyze Richer Landscape, Sunscape Landscaping, and also one concrete company called Alpha Concrete Coatings. So just to give you kind of an idea of what your competition is. So the first one is Richer Landscaping Incorporated. So I'm going to talk about 3 different things that can help you compete with the people in your market that are advertising the same services. So the first is content, the second is keywords, and the third is backlinks. So I'm just going to go through those concepts one by one and then look at these 3 websites. So the first is content, and that just means the words that you're offering. So Google doesn't really care about the pictures and the look and the layout of your website. They care what it says. And if you have content that makes sense, that provides a good explanation and good words, then Google's going to like that, and it's going to be more likely to see your website as credible. And then when someone's searching, like when someone searches for this, landscaping Bountiful Utah, or whatever they're searching, then and you include those words and things about those words in your website, then Google is going to be more likely to recommend your website. So let's go through and look at the content that people have. So this is Sunscape Landscaping, and they have a decent amount, not a ton. We tend to find that the sweet spot is around 1,500 words at least. You can probably get away with less than that if your competition doesn't have as much, but you'll definitely be pretty solid with that amount of words. Let's see what they have. And these guys seemed like the only concrete company that was very easily to find. They were ranked in the map pack, which is this right here, which is people are very likely to click on this. And they were also, I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know why it's doing that, but they were also ranked, down below in the actual websites. That's weird. So you can see, just kidding. Oh, yeah, I didn't pull up the concrete ones, but they were ranked, down here, one of the first searches. So they're very easily accessible, and I think that part of the reason is because they have all this content. And let's look at this last one, and we already kind of talked about that. So the reason why content is so valuable, though, is because when you have more content, then you're able to naturally talk about these keywords that people are searching for. So if someone searches landscape Bountiful Utah, or concrete Bountiful Utah, or retaining walls Bountiful Utah, or all of your services, then Google wants to see you talking about those services like Alpha Concrete is. So what it is, and it allows you to insert those keywords into your text, and Google wants to see it done in a very natural, organic way. And so the more content you have on your page, the more it allows you to look at those keywords. So I actually have a software that allows me to look at the keywords that these websites are using. So first we're going to look at Richer. And it looks like they have 275 keywords, which is quite a bit, which it probably makes up for, the lack of content, but that's throughout their whole site. So, or it's probably in services. So let's look at Alpha, go to the top. Let's look at Alpha's keywords. They have 45. Oh, I'm not going to do that yet. So, and then this is the last one, landscape design Utah. Oh, sorry. Their title for their page is different than their actual page. So Sunscape Landscaping is what it's called. And then let's see what they have for keywords. So they have 39. So it would be really simple to go in there and apply those keywords to your website, apply the content, and be able to beat out them just with that. But let's look in and see what those actual keywords are. So you have Rockwalls, Utah, Rockwall, Utah. So they're trying to rank. So 40 people per month are searching Rockwalls, Utah, and they're more likely to come up. I don't know if you do rock walls, but for example, if you did, they're more likely to come up. Whereas if you don't have a website, then obviously you're not going to come up. And if you weren't trying to use that keyword in your website, then you wouldn't come up either. But they would. And so all these things, water features, it looks like they do more of that. And depending on what your services were, then we could include different keywords in your website. Utah landscapers, landscaping ideas for front yard, yard maintenance. So all those kind of things make them more likely. I just want to check out these guys since they have so many keywords. I'm just interested to see what they have. Salt Lake City. I kind of skip over these ones because that's people searching for their service. They already know their name, and so it's kind of automatic business instead of you're trying to go after people that don't know who you are and get their business by ranking higher in Google. So the last thing I want to talk about is backlinks. So a backlink is basically just another website that gives power to your website, or it mentions your website on their website. So, and the more backlinks you have, the more credible Google sees you and is more likely to rank your website. So let's go look and see how many backlinks Richer Landscaping has. And it looks like they have 42 sites that are providing over 15,000 backlinks. So that's quite a bit. And looks like they definitely have some SEO work going on in their website. Their website could use a little bit of work, but they're definitely doing, good things. So let's see what Alpha Concrete has. Go back to the overview of their site. So they have 26 websites providing over 176 backlinks. So that just means that, a total of 26 websites, but between those 26 websites, their URL is mentioned 176 times. So let's see this Sunscape Landscaping, how many they have. See, and they have 17 and 92. So and this is just landscaping and concrete, and you do all of those things, and so you'd be able to find lots and lots of backlinks. So depending on how competitive your market is, then people will pay more and more to get backlinks, and it'll be harder, and so it can be kind of a process, and getting backlinks can cost money because not all backlinks are created equal. If you have a very powerful site, then that Google recognizes as powerful, then you're not going to be able to just go to that site and get them to mention your website. So sometimes that does cost a little bit, but you can be creative and go get those backlinks in order to rank up here, and it's definitely doable. If you are interested in having a website, I'd love to make one for you, or get talking and talk to you about how we can work together and help each other. And there's definitely a lot of opportunity out there for you based on what your competition is with these guys. I mean, I didn't do a ton of research with this other stuff, the sidewalks, brickwork, fences, but I know these are all very, very attainable competitive markets. So if you're interested, just let me know. Also, if you have any questions on the things that I talked about, for sure, just reach out and let me know, and I'm totally happy to answer any of your questions. And I hope this was helpful. Thanks. Bye.